of India Society International, and one of the objective is to bridge community issues between American community and Indian community. For example, name change is a very important issue. So when I first heard a few months ago, first thing that came to my mind was, is this necessary? Did members of the temple make sure the impact and all that has been studied? And to my surprise, they had done a very reasonably good job. First thing that came to my mind was, will the name originally given, was that to honor somebody, for example, George Washington, and it would be dishonorable to change the name in that respect? And I found out that that was not the reason the original name was given. Second was, would this affect any businesses? And it seems like most of the actions taken by the community leaders has been that they have contacted, even though I heard one not contacted right now, but it appears that majority of them have been contacted, and they have already started indicated that they will be footing the bill. So impact overall is very minimal. But one of the things that comes to my mind is that Indian community is becoming more and more assimilated in the American society. And one of the best landmark is that in the recent election, just last week, there are many Indians participating, which is a hallmark. As you indicated earlier, that politicians don't get, they always get darts, and that's the reason people avoid it. And this indicates that they are assimilating. And change of name, even though it's a small issue, at least that's what we believe, is an important recognition that, yes, it is a give and take, and you are assimilating, you are giving something good back to the community. The community center and the temple are very vital. They are what I would call education center. Matter of fact, I'm going to have a program this coming Sunday at the temple about Kashmiri Shivaism. And, there are a lot of programs going on which enhances community, and it will provide opportunity to everybody. So I think this is not just a name change for the sake of name change or to hurt any other community. And I can remember a good example before I close, that in Chicago there's a street called Mahatma Gandhi Road on one side, and other side it's called Muhammad Ali Jinnah Road, which is the founder of Pakistan. So, this can happen and it can show the community, so I don't think it should be an issue. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Before we move on, I would like to remind everybody, please turn your cell phones off. This is not the place to have a telephone conversation. So, Mr. Bruce LaFontaine, to be followed by Majid Yakan. Please.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen of the City Council. My name is Bruce LaFontaine, and I'm a 53-year resident of the city of Sunnyvale. Own business and property here. I knew Papa George's kids, and he was my first employer. So my history on Persian Drive goes back to about 15 years old, and that was before its current business establishment was operated the way it is now. It was a Hofbräu at that time. I'd like to address my concerns for my business. I'm the president of our corporation, which is SpinPro Manufacturing. It's located at 470 Persian Drive. I'm not specifically here to speak against or for the rename, other than to address the real concern for our corporation of the costs associated with such a decision on the part of the City Council. It's extremely important to make the emphasis on the fact that the name change is not an important part of our conversation here tonight for our corporation, but it is an impact to our business. And I'll spell out as best as I can the manner in which I think it could occur and will occur. Also, if you have some questions, please feel free to stop me at any time, and I'll try and as best address them. I'll also try to adhere as best as possible to your 3-minute time limit. So my statements come in the form of some statements and or some questions, and I initially have to start out with the fact that I have to take deference with Mr. Bell. He did do some extensive work, but the community outreach didn't reach. And so that's the first thing I'd like to address. You, the council, through the arm of the Development and Planning Department, has failed on this issue to inform the impacted residents in a timely manner of the initial request and filing by the Hindu Temple to rename this street. It further failed to disclose the intent to develop a street renaming policy in time for it to be useful to all parties, especially me, some of the other businesses that were impacted. Our corporation, which is separated from the Hindu Temple by only one building at 470 Pershing, is directly impacted. We remained uninformed for more than 10 months until receiving a mailing in mid-October announcing the final public input to the Planning Department study, only 3 weeks before its recommendation to this council. I question the intent of the council in not directing the city staff to immediately and personally contact the principals of the most impacted properties when this process began back in February. For whatever reasons, you didn't get to the people that you needed to get to, and I'm one of them. And I'm a little bit miffed about that. So I take exception to what's been said here tonight, and also take exception to the fact that the impact to the few businesses located on Pershing has been mentioned as a minimal statement. I embrace the fact that there's diversity in this community. I'm a lifetime resident of the community. In fact, I've prospered from the diversity of the community. I employ almost every nationality in the world at my business. There's no prejudice in the issue here, simply economic.